You know, the first time I employed somebody was in 1986. So I've been employing people for 40 years. My strategy of employing people is that I want to put my head in the pillow at night and sleep. I don't want to be kept awake. I don't want to be in the wrong frequency. I truly value how I feel. And I understand that people remember you for how you make them feel. So when I was recruited years ago in a job, then I paid attention to how I felt going through the process, and it wasn't pleasant in any shape or form. There was no onboarding, there was no training, there was no development. And that's why I can tell you for 40 years, anybody that I've employed, I have been relentless with developing them from an external source, but also with me coaching them. And I've built some big enterprises and led some big enterprises. Now, this product here is about defining what lies beyond excellence. It's not about being a critic, it's not about having an opinion. It's about me with neuroscience for 40 years, and that's what this book's about. This book is about 40 odd years of my life. It's about the obsession of discovering who am I? Who can I become? How do you maintain a legacy mindset that you're remembered for what you did with your life by 7 other people, which means that your legacy lives on? So between the product and the legacy mindset and purpose, you become a type of leader. Now, we've just interviewed somebody this morning for the second phase stage, which is going to be part of the Dubai team. Now, Steve, who's been with me now for 6 months, he's still getting inducted 6 months later because the product's a new product. I need to install what's in my head into Steve, and I need to become much more aware of who he is. And we need to become aligned. And right now, with the investment we've made with that recruitment strategy, we're vibrating in the same frequency. It's as if we're mind reading each other. And we're doing exceptionally well in Dubai. But this video is about the experience I've just given somebody, where I put them into state, I pre-frame them before they come on the call. They are getting interviewed by me because it's part of the Dubai strategy. And I ask them a question, and it starts something like this. And I want you to think about how you recruit people. How much investment do you put into this? How serious about you about the timeline of what you want to achieve in your life, and what's the purpose and meaning you give to being in business? I asked the person, can you be honest with me? Can you tell me how in tune you are with yourself? They gave me a description, and I said to them, well, I'm going to pay attention and I'm going to ask you questions, because then we're going to reveal and understand how in tune you are. And I mapped out the 8 areas of his life, and I basically said, tell me where you are here, but let's go to the end of the year and tell me where you're going and where you're heading and where you want to be. And he couldn't tell me. And what that tells me is how in tune you are with yourself and what programs run in your life. And I said to him, I'm going to help you to guide you towards your destination. And then we started to explore what the 8 destinations were, and I said to him, how would it feel if you reached 8 destinations? And all of a sudden, the whole neurological change right in front of me. Then I asked him how in tune he was with his family. So it went from himself, his family, his friends. Then it was how in tune he was with the environment. How in tune are you with words that you use? How does words that you use, does it empower you or does it disempower you? Then we connected it to me. How in tune are you with me? How in tune are you with the pathway? How in tune are you with this book? It's got 40 years of evidence in my life. Now, I know the answer to all this before I start doing this. It's all going to be very vague, because as you know and I know, you do a little amount of investment in all the areas that I've just spoken about. But you come to the pathway and you align yourself to me, I'm going to create something within you that's beyond your imagination. In fact, you could have went to the end and never even met that person. I am obsessed with people. And for 4 decades, when I stand back and I look at every single person, even when I led 5 stations, I knew every single employee in the 5 stations. I even knew all their family. I even knew the areas of their life, to where they were, to where they wanted to head. And when you become obsessed with people, and why would you not? Because if you're going to design products such as this, you need to make sure that you build an elite team. And if you want the people to give back, you need to make them feel amazing. Right down to the people who even clean the offices. right up to the people who are walking beside you to that destination. So my question to you is this: how close are you to your people? And how much are you willing to give of your time through that recruitment, onboarding, induction process? I'm in it with you. In fact, see, when you go home, you'll be opening your curtains and asking, I see you out there. Because I want more for your life than you want for yourself. You'll never be developed or led or employed by another leader like me. And I have got 40 years of evidence of proving that fact, that I will take people to reach greatness. And even if they move on to other positions that's more lucrative than working for me, then I've done my job. Because I'm going to make sure that you maximize yourself in the position, but you're going to maximize all the potentials and all the targets that you want to achieve in your life. And that is the difference with Stevie Kidd as a leader. So I'm recruiting. And if you want to be aligned to somebody like me, make sure that you can answer the questions before you even walk through that door. Have a good day.